Same bad time, same bad channel. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Dr. Funk live after show. This one's going to be exclusive to YouTube and Facebook Live unless something very interesting happens. But thank you guys so much for joining. We just had an amazing guest on, Tal Wilkenfield. Jesus, Jay. Excuse me, getting hiccups live on camera. Tal Wilkenfield, just an amazing guest, and I appreciate you guys and being open to her and whatnot. It was amazing. But yeah, so here we are on a Monday night. A little bit different. Of course, if it was up to me, one day I'd be doing a show every day or every night. But that's not how the cookie crumbles for the time being. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Hope your week is off to a great start. And we'll get into it. Not sure. I was wanting to do other shows this week. I'm not sure that's going to be possible. I kind of need to put my energy and other stuff to other things over the next 50, 60 hours, so to speak, on some things. So, but I want to see how you guys are doing. Hey, Kim. Hey, Susie. Yeah, I didn't expect our numbers to be so good for a Monday show. It probably could have been better if we were able to cross post, but we should have a great second audience. But yeah, like I love kind of how Prince did, introducing you guys to people that you may not be as familiar with. But that's what we want to get on, because we want to expand past just the Prince spectrum. And hopefully through this show and through Prince's things, more people will get to know Tal and want to check out her material and check her out live. Thank you. I always try to do an interview, Kim. I look at stuff as challenges. Unfortunately, I wish that my mind could be fully on the gas lately. It just hasn't been able to do that. Thank you, Mia, as well. Appreciate it. Good evening, Joel. But we'll get into those things. But I try to be as prepared as possible for my guest. And that's what goes on. It seems like Prince is doing so much with so many people that we had no idea about. 100%. Like, you have no idea. Like June 25th, 2009, he was going to play the Dakota Jazz Club, and Cindy Blackman was his drummer at the time, who is Lenny Kravitz's longtime drummer, is now Carlos Santana's wife. So they did stuff together. And even I don't think there's any studio recordings, but Orianthi, the female guitarist as well, who is really pushing stuff. I love Orianthi. She's a great guitarist. He's the best. Love Prince. Thank you. Yeah, this weekend, very little sleep. My doctor's visit this morning, my blood pressure was at 122/68. Usually it's right around 98 to 68, so a little bit high for me. But yeah, I just got some stuff going on. Nice job with Morrison Tall this week. Thank you so much, Ken. Good to see you. Sorry I didn't see you last week when I stopped by the store. Hope to stop by this week. And just to piss people off, make sure if you ever get that Miley Cyrus Bangers vinyl, let me know about it. I know it's not going to be cheap. At least I'm not asking you to hold taco for me or anything else. Ken works at my local record store, and I think sometimes he just looks at me like, you're gonna like Prince, you're gonna like the greatest musician, and then you're picking up this other stuff. But there's other people that I clown more. At least I'm not into ICP or Simon Rex's rap name. That would be even worse. So I was seeing Andre's comment. Sometimes Andre, when you comment, it doesn't like show anything on there. So thank you. Yeah. I only had it be super low like after surgery one time on it, but everything is usually good. Like usually the nurses are pretty impressed when they take my blood pressure, and I'm impressed just because I stress out on so much stuff. It's just there's been a lot more to stress out on lately. But over the next 50 hours, like I said, it's super important, and hopefully things are going to transpire and be good. I always think of you when taco stuff comes in. Is there any, he only has the one release, right? It's not like you got to hold like a picture disc for me. I'm putting on the Ritz, right? So but dude, if your 80s or your 12 inches weren't on the bottom shelf, I would probably be getting more stuff. But when I'm wearing my mask and I'm going down, and then my face is kind of where other people's butts would be, and then you have the mask on, it gets kind of like warm there. So I wish that your vinyl collection was higher just for those things. But those are my interesting trips to the record store. At least at your record store, unlike other ones, people actually do somewhat, for the most part, practice social distancing, or maybe they just see my evil eye when they're not giving me my space. But yeah, so you guys got to work for the good stuff. Hey, I try, man. But some of this stuff, when I bring it to the counter, you're just like looking at it like, really, dude? Like, all right, he picked up this, but do you really need that? Did you really need 2 copies of the Dua Lipa? Uh, but yes, just imagine if there was more Taylor Swift stuff like there was Prince stuff, then I'd really be in a world of trouble. So, and showing love, not Taylor Swift this time, but to Batgirl. But hey, maybe Taylor would make a good Batgirl. But Batman's kind of on timeout since he won't do what uh, he did. No wonder Harley likes the Joker. That's all I'm going to say about that. How's everyone else been? You guys digesting Welcome to America? Or you guys already wanting a new album? Meaning in the sense that you guys love it, but you want more. I think back in Prince's heyday, I think people were wanting an album, video collection tour, and then for the second week, they're wanting the same stuff. So we're a very insatiable bunch. Maybe checking out some of Tal's stuff. We'll give you a little bit of a lull between that. What's going on, Nancy? So, yeah. Woo! It's only Monday, huh? You know what that means. But yeah, we had a show on Friday, show on Monday. Just getting these things done. Let me look at some stuff. Excuse me. So there we go. No. So there we go on so many different things. Huh. Checking it out. Rin Tin Tin. And someday we'll all be free on my jams for sure. Someday we'll all be free. Like I said, that's him doing the stuff, and then stand up and be strong. Insatiable Prince fans, Gloria. In more ways than one, not just about the music. Curious about the cuts that didn't make this release. It seems like for the most part, but since they were recording from 2009, she said there was about 30 tracks. So there's only like 12 on this that she was part of. So you still have 20 more tracks that she was a part of that will eventually be released. So gotta look for that. And there was another Black Muse. Tal's like asking about the tracks that the fans like heard that she was part of. So there we go. Just making sure she's hip to it. So you guys had her on stuff that she wasn't sure of that she was part of. Ever seen the purple ones with Leva? I have not. Although friend of the show, Willie Adams, I believe, is in that group as well. Haven't seen them. They still have a horn section, right? Like that's pretty cool. I remember watching Princess with Maya Rudolph and Gretchen Lieberham. When they added a horn section to the mix, like it was fire. You just don't realize it. You have like some of these cover bands, but the horns truly add a different element to stuff. And people will say, "Oh, I'm not into cover bands." I'm like, well, since Prince isn't here anymore, isn't every band that tries to do his music a cover band? You just got to think about it like that. And yeah, it's impressive. Hopefully the Purple Ones make it out to LA one time. I know Willie will be DJing here in a couple weeks, but I more than likely will not be able to attend that, but I support it. So it's like listening to a relaxed back and forth with so much great information. So excellent in regards to the interview with Tal. Thanks. I try to do it. And like I said, when people are like slamming my show or other stuff, which I don't understand, I don't criticize other people's shows. What I do is that you just kind of challenge me because people will like it, but I'm my own toughest critic. So I'll look for things to improve on and do this. And even like with the guest of like Morris Hayes, and I know Morris, not just us running into each other at recycling centers, but that day I research Morris and other stuff, and that's what I try to do. Is you don't want to be overconfident and feel that you know someone, and that's why I feel, even though we've had him on multiple times, you guys are getting new information from there that you haven't. So thank you for that, Marcia. Ken's like, have you ever asked any of the various P-Band members you have interviewed if they enjoy listening back to the rehearsals, recordings, or was it enough just to be there when it happened? That'd be a good question that next time we have someone on, we'll have to do it. But, I'm sure at the time they're like, because the hours and hours that they do rehearsals, but I'm sure looking back on it and listening to it, it'd be different. Levi takes it up a level for sure. So Levi will be getting his accolades and whatnot for sure. You may not have got it so much on Sign of the Times, but in other future projects that are going to happen. So who signed my show? Just other people that have other shows. And like I said, and I want people to listen to other people's shows. I may not listen to myself, but that's more so is that I absorb information differently, and I would hate to listen to someone else's show and then pass off information that they got from there without crediting them. If I don't do that, I don't run the risk of doing that, but I want people to support the shows. I wish that we were kind of all like somewhat working together. Like if there is a new form of the music club, I wish that our shows or different shows would be able to be on there and to be downloaded because that provides content. I wish sometimes the estate saw that is that we're promoting Prince's legacy and projects like Welcome to America. And I wish that we can have access to these people before the album comes out and not after, because it's so important for his legacy and for promotion. So your guests are all Prince affiliated. That's not what it's going to be in the future. But I'm going to have different shows, just like when I had this show on Spreecast and I had What's Up Doc, and we would cover different things. That's what's going to happen for sure. Were the after shows recorded for Welcome to America? And if so, why are they not on the Blu-ray? There was no cameras there. The Forum Club, we kind of touched a little bit on it. I made a little comment about it with Morris. The sound exactly wasn't that great at the Forum Club. He had Nika perform there one time, and then he was supposed to join or whatever. He was messing with the sound, and he kind of turned it off in the middle of the performance, and she just looked around. She goes, all right, I guess we're done. That's how bad the sound was. He may have been recording some stuff that was at his house, but that Forum Club, at least then, I'm sure they've done upgrades since Live Nation has taken over. And we really need to get into that Prince was one of the people that was trying to save the forum and make sure that it didn't get destroyed or other stuff. And then here it is, the forum, the Foo Fighters are going to be performing there 2 weeks from now, that it's still this venue, and they did all these upgrades. And he played a part in that there could be like a documentary on there and the history of the forum, and then how it was being controlled by a church that wasn't exactly running it properly. No disrespect to them, but Live Nation was kind of doing it as a favor to Prince when he's bringing up in the shows that he saw the time here and so many other funky bands. A lot of the things that he was discussing on multiple shows was saving the forum and doing all these stuff. Do I need you to whip somebody? No, thank you. I just wish that people wouldn't be critical. And I consider some of these people like my friends, but what I've learned a lot is that sometimes your work, it rubs people the wrong way. I'll look at it like that. Especially when Prince was here and just worried about getting treated differently, I try to like play it off and be aloof. But it was a lot of work. But sometimes you're making it look so easy, people don't understand that. So they may think that I lucked into stuff. I was doing stuff for a long time, and that's it. So I'll work on myself and work on my show instead of concentrating on someone else's show. So Derek, I'm with you too, man. I miss him as well. They need bass in the face. Violet can provide that for sure. Prince rode his bike after the Welcome to America show in Fresno. Yeah, he did it as well. The night that Alicia Keys perform was the shortest show of the run. I think it was around 120 minutes. But he was riding his bike afterwards. There was just this thing in the audience. Like, Prince spoiled us. The first night of the forum run was close to 3.5 hours. And you had Endorphin Machine and all these other tracks. And then the Thursday night shows, you would get like Future Soul Song and a few others. But I think people, like, they were not leaving the forum because they're like, there's no way that Prince can be done. And then here he is riding his bike through the aisles. Will I be going to the Twins game on September 30th? With how COVID is and other stuff, I don't think so. I would love to purchase a ticket and have someone who's not wanting the hat or the jacket to get it for me, just because that hat is awesome. It'd look better than this one, I'm sure. And that jacket is complete fire. And I love that they're using the old school Prince logo with the heart being dotted over the eye. Interviews hype up the new releases. I agree, and I'm hoping going forward that can kind of change, and we'll see, because we want to do this stuff. We want to help with sales. I think all our end goal is the same. It's about Prince's legacy and trying to see it do well. Love seeing the Prince pick on the wall in the forum when I used to work the Laker games there. Yeah, like, look, he did 3 shows in '85 in his heyday, and then during the forum run, about 15 shows there. He owned that place. Future Soul Song, that's a jam, especially live. Sticky Like Glue, they got that in the 2010 tour. We didn't get that at the forum run. We did get some not Gingerbread Man, You Will Be With Me, which was a different inclination of Gingerbread Man, which was kind of done on the Welcome to America, the Madison Square Garden, and Izod Center shows. Good to see you too. So that's what's going on with stuff. And then he gave it and it made a different title onto Rita Ora's project, which still hasn't seen the light of day. You can get it for me. I would appreciate it. I think I just missed someone's comment. I'm sorry. Some Prince fans always knew not to leave when the house lights come on. Season, yes, exactly. And his shows, would that be it? Your conversations are chock full of info from people who are experts and who have authentic info. Who could object to that? I try, like I said, I try to bring in the noise, bring in the funk, so to speak. So can't read the first name of McCrary. If you're in here, thank you so much for the donation. Really appreciate it. We'll get into those things. Yeah. Let's see. Greedy, wish they could have done an East West Coast DVD. There's a lot to choose from. We'll hopefully see stuff. I want to see the Undertaker release deluxe set treatment, like, you know, and maybe like have like one special edition where they do have the shellacking on it and you have to like get it off what other people did. Yeah, 2010 was a project. Why I say 2010 like I'm Tweety Bird? 2010. I was able to 10. 4 left. Did it turn one night and returned? Yeah. 4 left. Did a U-turn, one night to return. Think there's Lisa. Welcome to America was good promotion. Sony knocked it out of the park. Morris mentioned that as well. I think they've done it. Taylor, Batgirl. Yeah. So Batgirl, I guess, does it for me. I don't know. And different people. Catwoman, the original. We'll go on with that show. Eartha Kitt, many different things. My very first concert was Prince and Revolution on the Purple Rain Tour in '84 in Landover, Maryland. Saw him 6 times total. Musicology show in DC in '04 was the best show I've ever seen. He knocked out of the park. And I have to say this every single time Musicology comes out because it is his most successful tour. But if it wasn't for the Rainbow Children and One Night Alone, that tour doesn't exactly happen in my books. The One Night Alone tour is so important, even if you're not digging that material or Avalanche is too heavy for you. But his true musicianship was shown on that tour. And it just made me go, how has the industry kept this dude down for so long? He's going to blow up again. And that's exactly what happened. And the Musicology show was a true testament to that. And that's why it's like, I want people... Like people are wanting me to do books and I want to do books too. I feel there's like 3, but I would start it with the Musicology tour and other stuff. There's so much stuff that people overlook and pay attention to the 80s, but he was doing groundbreaking stuff. And one of the projects I have will cover all aspects of it, but I'm hoping to have his music be involved. And that's why kind of like maybe people have been wanting me to do books and all this other stuff. But I really would want it not to benefit me, but to hopefully turn this into something to where his music can be used and it could help out the estate. So it's not like my pockets being lined. I said it so many times before, you know, Prince's favorite color that day may have been purple, mine's blue, but together we can make a lot of green. And that's how I look at it for the estate and going forward when I say stuff. Laveau on 2010, that whole album is underrated and amazing. Yeah. And even people will talk about the cheesiness of Tonight I Love Everybody and Everybody Loves Me. But if anyone can get away with that, just like the only person, like, look, I can get away with wearing Batgirl on my shirt. I cannot get away with wearing my own image. Prince could. Wish someone would do a podcast on you, your history and relation with Prince, and pick your brain about favorite stories and moments. I'm open to that. Probably wouldn't be happening over the next few weeks or month, but I totally would be open to that. You know, love Taylor. What's not to love? Saw him in DC in 04 too. So good. Yeah, and you guys got that extra special sound check. You know, thank God there's a video of it. It's Friday night. You know what that means? Pre-recorded wrestling show. Well, it's actually live for me, but watching it later. Watched Welcome to America concert. It was excellent quality video. Wish they would have had some interviews with the band members, but overall, love the show. Hopefully they can do stuff like that. But, you know, people are going to want to be paid. And I think that they're trying to do stuff to be condensed. But I'm hoping that more shows of this tour eventually come out. But there's so many things. You have Revolution 86. We still need that birthday show. We still need... I want to say Rotterdam, but I'm probably wrong. That was like a soundboard show was done of that in 86 as well. Musicology is the best thing I've ever seen. Yeah. See, it's such a great tour, but people will focus on 85. Chance and that whole thing, like I want to hit the thing, but I ain't got that booty, you know? And then later on the tour, him acting Freaka Leak by P.D. Pablo. What? And then he'd be playing bass to the Freaka Leak line. Like that San Diego show was just ridiculous because I so was not expecting him to be doing, although he didn't sing the lyrics, but it's the freaking beat to Freak a Leak, and he's bringing out the bass and just jamming to it, like just so freaking amazing. So now every time Freak a Leak comes on, which isn't that often, I gotta turn that up because the bass line and just everything on that ridiculous. So seeing One Night Alone, the Kodak Theater, Harvey, I was there too for the 2 shows. There's supposed to be a third one added, but probably goes best with the Highlands show and the House of Blues after show that we only got that. But One Night Alone, absolute fire. One Night Alone was pristine. I remember when One Night Alone first came out, people were hating on how short it was. Then people were like, oh man, it's the ultimate. The same person months later would be like, it's the ultimate record to take a bath to. So just like when people were kind of like being very critical of Welcome to America first, I'm like, digest it. It may not be meant for you, but give it time. And it seems that more people have been accepting to it, or maybe just the people that don't like it kind of understood that they don't have to tell everyone they don't like it and kind of just walk away and put on Around the World in a Day if that's their cut. I was at Purple Rain concert, Cow Palace, San Francisco. Michelle, like at the one of the Roosevelt shows, the one where he did like about a 30-minute acoustic set with Wendy, there was someone that was at that show that hadn't seen Prince since the Cow Palace and was just blown away. I'm like, those are 2 totally different shows. But again, he was getting Wendy. And that acoustic performance, from what I believe, was supposed to be at the O2 shows instead of Prince doing like his acoustic or little piano breakdown or sampler set. That's supposed to be in the mix. But we were lucky enough to see it at the Roosevelt take place. And my set list, it's not too far away from me on that. It's just ridiculous how many songs he did that night at that Roosevelt show. And just songs that he never did before, like Girl, the Revolution track, them in concert. Musicology Blu-ray needs to happen at some point. 100% agree on that. Wish they had a SQ that was just a CD and Blu-ray. They do have, it's the Japanese release that is CD and Blu-ray, but it's going to run you $65. I do hope that later on it could be on streaming services or a CD Blu-ray limited edition package, or maybe not so limited, but I do want it to be open to other things so people can see how amazingly talented he was. God, I hate saying was because I want to say is, because he's still with us in so many different aspects. Emancipation concert in San Jose, California was awesome. Yeah, Entertainment Tonight was at that concert. So there's a little bit of footage of that because he was being interviewed and talking about like, what do you wish you can take on the road or whatever, or remind you of stuff. He's like, my wife. So, oh, but he follows up Tonight I Love Everybody with one of the hardest songs in that whole decade, Lay Down. Shoot, like, look, and Lay Down, like that song was so funky that the NBA used it for the playoffs that year as their song. And they had like, you know, NBA footage of it. And of course, that's what he opens up the George Lopez show with. Like, it's just badass. And to know that there is a longer version. I mean, we have it now, but dang, you're like hoping that he made a video for that. If not, let's make it a longer extended version of every year of basketball players going on that. And Prince loved him some Russell Westbrook. So, like I said, being a Laker fan over the past few years has been very stuff. But to have Russell on the team and knowing how Prince felt about him is going to be pretty cool. I may have to watch more games this year. I just won't pay attention to number 23 too much. Love Sexy Tour was awesome. Yeah, and that needs a Blu-ray release. The Love Sexy Live and other stuff. There's so much still to come. It's just around the corner for sure. Like, this is why I've been working on my health and trying to do stuff, is I want to be around for a while. And man, our timelines are filled with COVID crap and so many people that we know passing away. I'm like, I'm afraid to go into Facebook because then we're just see other people going. And yeah, I know, like, you know, there's so much more music to come and we're not going to get it. But if we put everything out tomorrow, everything comes crumbling down. Love the theatrics and musicology in Dallas when he pulled Erykah Badu on stage. Yeah, and at that after show, I don't know if you were at that. Of course, they had the footage on the Life of the Party set. Did anyone hear the riff from Another One Bites the Dust and Prince's bass solo? From which song, Kim? Gets better with every spin. Blown Away, Love Sexy Great, Landover in Philly. I would like C-Note to get a vinyl release. Yeah, that would be awesome. Same with Chocolate Invasion and News, an official vinyl release. They need to release Piano Mike for 2016 from Paisley next. That won't be the next release. That thing is like the holy grail, the crown jewel. You need to make sure that it gets the full audience that it deserves. I know people don't want to hear that, and they're probably like, F you, Doc, you keep saying that, but it's just the truth. So I was at the opening night of the Musicology tour in LA, front row, and caught the towel he threw to my wife full of his makeup. Prince DNA was simulcast around the US and theaters. Yeah, I was at that show and seeing Babyface and all these other people being blown away was quite interesting. Is, ever shall be. Exactly. We'll meet Rosie Gaines' Emancipation show. She's so sweet. Saw her at the 2001 Hit and Run show. He brought her out for sound check to perform. So saw him at Studio 54 Vegas after the Aladdin show in 2000. I was at that one. People in the club had no idea he was going to play. Sheila was there. He killed it. Magic Johnson was in the house. Justin Timberlake, damn good after show. Yeah, I remember him going to Sheila. He had celery in his cup, and then like he's offering it to Sheila, and she's like, no. He's like, it's Coke. But she still said no. Like, seeing Prince with a cup that had a celery in it, I guess he liked the way that the celery tastes with Coke on it. And he played the piano or the keyboard and guitar at the same time, and then like lifted up his foot and played like his hand underneath at that Studio 54 show as well. So saw Prince and Revolution twice in Toronto in the mid-'80s. I'm just stuck with the Revolution. Am I the only one? But I do love learning all the new stuff that's probably old to everyone else. Like the girl you interviewed tonight, never heard of her, but she was amazing. Tal is amazing, and we're glad that we can do it. We'd love to have, other amazing musicians on. So after shows blew me away with Led Zeppelin's songs, Badass Memories. Yeah, when you do a whole lot of love and all those things. Dig the Batgirl shirt. Thank you so much. Got to give it love. I got this a while ago, and sometimes I don't put on these shirts in public too much. But yeah, Batgirl is the jam. In my little workout room where my books are, I have a few Batgirl action figures, and two of my favorite comic book covers is the Batgirl Prince tribute to Purple Rain, and then another face shot of her. I kind of wish like this stuff was around to show you. Yeah, who I think is the best band of all time. I can't choose that. You're probably talking about his bands. I can't. There's too many amazingly talented musicians that he worked with to disrespect them. Really didn't like Welcome to America initially, but after I listened to it from beginning to end about 5 times, the greatness of that signed me upside the head. Yeah, for sure. And vinyl heads, they were telling me the same thing, that after they heard it on vinyl, it meant more. Sometimes it's like, you let other things get into your head and other things play into it. Not saying that's what happened with you, Derek, but sometimes you're not going to like stuff initially. And at first, there's some that you will. Like, I remember, you're going to be surprised by this, but like when I first heard Hot Thing, it didn't exactly move me. But then I heard the remix, and now I don't care. Any version of Hot Thing just blows me out of the water. I love it. But at first it was like the track I wasn't exactly digging on it. And I just look back and I think about it. I'm like, how could I? It must have been my stereo at the time. And I blame my stereo, for that. Wish we could listen to you all day, every day. We're lucky to have you. I swear to God. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate it. Next 50 hours are super important. Need stuff to happen. Not doing a GoFundMe, not doing this other stuff. We'll figure it out. It was supposed to be due today, but was given an extension. Just positive thoughts, positive energy, and we're going to get it done, and it'll keep me around here for a long time. But our healthcare system is a little crooked. So many shows that are in the can. 100% Batgirl's your favorite. She's one of mine. You know, the other book I'm reading right now isn't exactly comic book centered. I will take like a photo of it, maybe post it this week. People like, oh, Jay's a freak. Do people ever recognize you when you're out at the mall? Someone did before. Of course, like in the mass, it's different. The things I like to go to, like record stores and other events, I do get noticed. I'm kind of surprised, and like, you know, they'll call me Funkenberry, and I'll ask what their name is and introduce myself as Jeremiah. Things Prince toyed with the idea of tour album. Possibly that'll be under Exodus, and of course, hopefully, we'll be able to see more stuff from that era, like what Morris talked about on Friday. Positive energy flowing with you tonight. You're very well. Thanks. I try. There's just been a lot of difficult stuff going on. I haven't maybe slept about 2 hours since Friday night. I just got a lot on my mind and I can't turn it off. So these shows are an escape to me. And I think I'm a better actor than what people realize. That's why I say is everyone's going through stuff. Everyone's going through battles that you just don't know about. That's why be kind. Don't make assumptions of people. I know that I don't give the best first impression. A lot of people hate on me, a lot. And then other people will be like, yo, like, you know, when they actually get to know me, they understand like where it comes from. And then that perception kind of like dries away. But I don't give the very first impression, but I always feel with stuff that time reveals all anyway. And I want to be around for a while. You make so many friends with the band, I can see how you can't decide who's better. Not all of them are friends of mine, you know, but that's the whole thing is like, we'll have conversations and then just other stuff, but there may be some respect involved. But, you know, like I love Wendy. I love Lisa. I love Bobby and everyone. And I do have relationships with them, but I have been critical of people in the past, I'm sure. And a lot of people get hurt by it and isn't anything that's done or trying to be spiteful or anything like that. I love Hot Thing because when it came out, I was barely 21. Like, you know, I'd always be like wanting him to add the lyrics, like when he was doing it later in life, like still making the 21 under swing, you know, or stuff like that. You know, just like when he would do on the Act 1 tour, he's like 18 and over, clap your hands, 18 and under, shake that ass, stuff like that. And he did that with 35 as well, 35 and under, 35 and over, clap your hands, 35 and under, shake that ass. What's going on, Angela? So hopefully Angela likes my shirt a little bit better since she's not a TS fan. So yeah. That Third Eye Girl album is so sick. I reviewed it recently, and man, it's so great. Also, Liv Warfield's album, The Unexpected, if you haven't checked it. Yeah. Liv, is that on vinyl yet? Damn. And see, Tal brought this up, and I didn't want to interrupt her, but she said that some tracks, I believe she was saying that are unreleased, she did with Liv. So there's some more Liv tracks out there as well. What do I know about Batgirl? Nah. Batgirl is the jam. And like, who doesn't like seeing like a hot girl like in the Wonder Woman outfit? But man, sometimes like when you're on these dating sites, if someone has like a Batgirl costume, like I do read a profile. I'm actually one of those fools, just like I did read Playboy for the articles. That'll make me swipe right instantly. A Batgirl outfit is all I can say. Don't know what's wrong with me, but I blame Prince and Apollonia and all of them and those little outfits that they wore. So thanks. What I think about the Versace experience, that it was put out because we can't get the gold experience yet. I'm glad it's out there, but remember, Sony can't touch certain things. So you didn't get like, you basically got like the tape source and stuff like that. And I understand it. I look forward to in the future, like when they're able to mess with 3121, that you guys will get the longer version of Satisfied, that you guys will get Streets of Panama, that you'll get the Word remix and the Black Sweat remix. And they were just called Black Sweat, this is the remix. at that time, I believe. So they can't exactly do anything. So when they're putting out something like that Versace experience, it's tape sourced. So he looked amazing on the show, Welcome to America. It's still hard. He's no longer physically here. I mean, and look, no disrespect, but there was even better forum shows, set list wise and performance wise. Chris James did an amazing job with the sound, bringing effects to stuff as well. It's just really, really, really impressive. Yeah, the unexpected is phenomenal. Like, and the version that I have, because I sent it before, I think there is an extra track that didn't make it to the album, but it's on my CDR of it. That, you know, and I'll send a copy because I'm like, you know, I got to listen to it in my car. You know, I got to go driving around in that to listen to it for the first time. So I'd love to hear more stuff from Exodus era for sure. Yeah, I'm with you on that. And there's probably a bunch of other stuff they're not even aware of, and then different versions. So just like in the live version of Return of the Bump Squad, you know, there's more of an emphasis on the line where Maite goes or Janelle goes, I got a headache. And he's like, I got something for your headache. And the live shows, they space that out more. I wonder if there's a different version of that spaces it out more. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, you can't get caught up in stuff. I don't hate anyone. I feel that it gives them power over you. And sometimes maybe that's what draws different things. I'll dislike people, but if you hate someone, that's an emotion and you're giving them power over you. So thank you. I appreciate it. Apple, like come on, man. A young kid and seeing Apollonia and her apples, Vanity, and Susan Moonsey and that Teddy. Oh my God. I was like 7 or 8 years old when I first saw that stuff. It was years after Nasty Girl and stuff came out, but I was just blown away. You know, we don't even have to go into like little fantasies about stuff and, you know, being with all them on Amazon Island or stuff like that I was thinking at 7 to 8 years old. Good Lord, my perverted mind. Anyway, not many have stayed true to Prince or one of the original few. Well, you know, there's love. And like I said, we didn't always get along. I just didn't take stuff personally. I know sometimes where you go after people on Twitter that got something wrong, you're like, I promote them, I do all this stuff. Like, da-da-da. I'm like, dude, just change it. As soon as he sees it, you change it. He'll delete the tweet. You can't take stuff personally. Like, you know, when he was somewhat worried about piano and microphone, and like when he was going to do the shows overseas, he was going to bring Adrian and others with him for the after show. And then if things didn't go the way that he planned, he may have integrated them into the show. That's not what happened. But when I put it out there, he's like, no, that's not true. And then, of course, Housewake, who they've always had a hate relationship with me anyway, like, oh, da-da-da, he's slamming Doc. And I'm like, I gave one of the tricks that the wizard didn't want you to know about. That's all it was. And then, like, they're like, because they will take it personally. And that's why their website or other stuff shut down. And it was an amazing website. But you can't get caught up in it. So he would be critical of me. And, you know, I would be like, all right. But I'd throw stuff back sometimes. Like, you know, that's just how it is. But I don't think that he had a lot of friends, but then you hear from other people like Van and Damaris that say that he trusted you, he considered you this. It's like, you know, it makes you feel that you're letting him down in a way, and that's why I say. But I try to do all these things, and it's for him. And again, I want to interview people outside the Prince spectrum because he was doing more than just Prince stuff and wanted you guys to pay attention more to other artists. How many people have been playing Come today, especially with it being the anniversary of the album? I've had to miss on that, but I had pre-op appointment and other stuff. What's going on, Grace? Sign this prenup and let's hit the club. We can hit the dance floor. So Third Eye Girl was the jam. They were slept on. So I don't know what's killing you because I'm looking back at the comments, but yeah, probably my little Batgirl outfits. Could you imagine like a Batgirl top and everything, and then with the stockings? Anyway, sorry. Please, growing watching that one, Yvonne Craig. You can. Oh man, I remember like seeing that. Yvonne Craig was a hottie. Like I said, Eartha Kitt, Julie Newmar, like frick, like Batman. Even though that was a campy show, he was pulling. Yeah, Yvonne Craig, yeah, for sure on that. The Word remix, please. Yeah, it's on there. Heard the rip when you sat down. You guys could see the video for the Word because there is one and it's amazing. It's like there's a video for the dance and he's just sitting behind the piano playing. Black Soul remix. What? Oh my god, yeah. That's what's here. I mean, I hear Sam Jennings worked on it and it was played before the 3121 shows. I think it is circulating out there, but there could be other stuff to hear. So sometimes you just got to vent and true friends understand that. Yep. Vanity was super confused. My first gold crush. See, like, well, we probably, if we wouldn't known each other then, we probably wouldn't have fighting over her. But no, you would have won. It's all good. Chocolate Invasion, the Slaughterhouse deserves some love. Vinyl CD deluxe editions. 100% agree. Good seeing you, Carrie. Thank you. Do I like Maserati? Of course. They try to bring them back, but I guess we got to leave it in there. But they were cool. What's up? What's going on, Jeannie? Yeah. So is there one song on Welcome to America that could be used to promote the album? I think Stand Up and Be Strong has a potential. Not so much as a radio song, maybe used by organizations promote a cause, mental health, social unrest. You can do that and just other stuff. It can be like footage and having it be played. I remember, I wasn't the biggest fan of like, say, Van Halen's Right Now, but then they had it be for a social cause and they used it. Made me pay a little bit more attention to it and kind of soak in the lyrics and stuff. So that's interesting. Now, if Van Halen would have went with Pound Cake, it'd be different. But then, or say Lil Nas X is a Panini. I love that song. But just different things on it. That's crushing on Batman. Hey, Michelle. All that glitters in gold for sure. I would have scooped Vanity. Oh, I'm saying, yeah, that's all you. But yeah, I mean, look, and people give my real friends, they give me crap about my love for Taylor Swift because they're like, that's not even the body type that you like. And I'm like, I can't explain it. I just can't. I like everything. But sometimes it usually isn't that. But yeah, I get a lot of crap for that. They're like, that's not even your jam. And I'm like, I don't know what to say. But there's just something about her that I dig. Same with Dua Lipa. Dua Lipa, there's like some hotness to her, even though it isn't the body type I'm usually attracted to. The girl in the video, box of chocolates, look like Maite. Let's just give oh my god, Lala her props and just have Lala be on her own for that. Today's Julie Newmar's birthday. I had no idea. It's not like I'm wearing a Catwoman shirt anyway, but yeah, not too Wong Fu either. It was kind of interesting how Patrick Swayze and all them boys felt super comfortable in those outfits, for sure. So, oh, poor. See, one of my true friends, like, now I'm really going to give you crap for talking about Taylor Swift. You ain't seen nothing. Great. Thanks. For sure on that. Sorry. I know I'm backed up on comments. Batman was the man when I was growing up, not interested in ladies. I mean, Batman's cool, except for that whole thing in the Harley Quinn show where apparently he doesn't go down on Catwoman. So that's why Batman isn't getting any love from me right now, because come on, man. Gotta take care of your woman or else another girl will. The 3121 era was awesome. The CD concerts and after shows, we were spoiled. Met so many fans. Yeah. And, the 3121 movie, when it does see the light of day, you get the videos for the Word, you get the dance, you get him talking about real thieves in the temple. We'll say that. So you're a hit because you got the burning desire. Taylor's awesome. Thank you. I love to drive a Maserati and listen to Maserati or Maserati fans in the car. I wouldn't fit in a Maserati. I think that's not meant for guys that are 6'2". So Dua Lipa is fire. I haven't had Pepe on the show. There's so many other people that want to have on. It's just about booking and timing. Truth be told, well, won't get into that on stuff. Patrick Sabey was gorgeous and poised in Tu Wong Fu. Yeah. Of course, I love Lizzo and Cardi. Cardi in a different way and other stuff. It's just different for different things. I need the video for my last ever gig, Manchester Academy, February 22nd, 2014. Best show ever. He played for nearly 4 hours. I was dying on my feet. Actually, it works. Imagine get that footage. There is some from that, and that wasn't the Autism Rocks concert, right? That was in 2015, right? I know what you're talking about, and there is some footage from that, but I'm not the person to be bugging about that, but I know who does have that footage, is all I'm going to say. And if they're watching, thanks for the birthday wishes a couple weeks back. Appreciated. Need that 3121 stuff. Yeah, 3121 era was interesting. And look, the original Lotus Flower was a 5-song acoustic EP. So there's that as well to look forward to. DC Comics said no to Harley Quinn show doing that. It was mostly Warner Brothers, but come on, there's been so many other things that happen in that Harley Quinn comic cartoon. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And it's just like, I love the what if that they did on Disney Plus the other week. Now, stop giving Scarlett Johansson trouble and stop paying people like Ed Brubaker for creating Winter Soldier. Stop giving them only bonuses of $5,000 when you're freaking the movies are making billions. That don't make me hate comic book movies because I love that stuff. It's not a Corvette. All right. Yeah, I tried a Corvette before. Nope. I said 670 fit in my Mini Cooper. Good Lord. Did you put them in the back seat, or was like, like a Lego to where you can take the parts off? I've seen a 3121 movie. I saw not the final cut that Al Sheen worked on, but cuts of it. So it can only be better than what I saw. But yeah. You're saying you hate me, but again, my eyes. But yeah, you got the word, you got the dance, you got a few other things. So speaking of Al Sheen, he just hit me up right now. So that's cool. So had a question from earlier that I was able to get answered. It's a Let's Go Crazy and Something in the Water live audio, but no video, killing me. There's got to be stuff of it, and they put out the audio instead of the video is all I'm gonna say. When is my next show? I wanted to do multiple shows this week, but I really need to concentrate and positive energy over the next 60 hours that we make something happen. And I got an extension, but I really hate this last minute stuff. That's all I can say. Some of the Water shows performance. Yep. Justin Bieber's new song about peaches is really good. I love that video. Of course. I haven't got that on vinyl yet, but yeah, I get my peaches from Georgia, my weed from California. Kristen Mooney's being your show. Also, the guy that was originally was the producer for you, and I hope I'm not disrespecting him by putting producer. He's supposed to be on the show as well eventually. We've been talking about it for a couple of years though. Why Warner's been messing up from way back in the day. You're talking about the Batman thing as well. Another great night tonight, Jake. Keep it going, keep it going. Thanks. I try. Version I Could Never Take the Place of Your Man as well. Slow version, awesome. Still gonna come down to earth after that. Out of body experience for sure. 60 hours. Although you may not see me for a while, but it'd be a very good thing if you didn't see me for a while. But the next 60 hours are important. I'm having an eye procedure done on Friday. And the lighting that's on right now would really, really, really hurt me, because you're nothing like getting injections in your eye to make stuff better, but the lighting wouldn't be good. But I need stuff to happen before on Thursday. The sooner the better. Not like that's why I got to play the California Lotto or other stuff. It's not like anyone's got 10K laying around. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Sending positive energy and thoughts your way. Thank you. We'll be cutting it off. Good Lord, it's almost as long as the towel show, but trying to get to your questions because I don't know when you guys are going to see me next. Should get Prince different photographers on here. Look, I want Randy on. Randy wants to be on, but she doesn't want to do video, and I'm trying to do stuff where we just have her photo. We have audio. Some of them, you know, don't do it. But I've had Afshin on before. We just haven't had him on the video format. Afshin's been super busy, but you know, I got nothing but love for Afshin as well. Wouldn't be shocked that Stephen Hill might have 3120 in one movie or seen it. It's possible. You didn't get it from me though. Yeah. Thanks, Angela. It's just so frustrating. But I have other people that are battling other stuff too. And it just sucks. The system is just different. And this is preventive surgery, but window is slim. Want to take care of it so I don't have issues later on. You know, I feel if we can all do it, we would do it. But yeah, I want to do more stuff than the print stuff, but I will not stop doing that. I want to expand stuff because it'll help myself, which will help you guys and do stuff. To answer the formal music education self-talk question somewhat. You know, it's just that I know that she's talked about that a lot, and I left it open for interpretation on that if she wanted to do it, of how she got into it. But let's wrap this up. I'd love to be with you guys all night, but not seeing me for a while would be a really good thing, is all I can say. But if things work out, say things were like covered by tomorrow, I probably would want to do a show Wednesday or Thursday. And maybe kind of like do a surprise live over the weekend just to be with you guys. But I wanted to have more shows this week, but I need to concentrate on those things and making it stuff happen. But that's what it comes down to. And everyone's fighting battles. And I just wish that our healthcare system was more, you know, it wasn't this costly for stuff. So everything is going to be cool. I just need certain things to go my way, and it will keep me around for a lot longer. I'll keep the people that don't like me a little bit more frustrated. Like, damn it. So I'm going to get rid of him and his show and everything else he comes with. But yeah, it isn't trying to be cryptic. Just need stuff to happen. And I say that you not seeing me for a while is a good thing. It is, but that means I will be coming back. And so that's what it comes down to. Positive energy. If someone sees double-digit grands of money sitting around, let me know about it. I'll make a trip and we'll make it happen. And then whatever extra is left, my friends that are going through some financial hardships because of their medical conditions, got to take care of them. Maybe have another trip to Paisley Park or other stuff in the mix. But if anyone's going to that September 30th game, let me know, because I really want that jacket and that hat. But I more than likely will not be able to go to that. But yeah. So health comes first. Yeah. $600. I remember when being first told I was a diabetic, and the freaking test strips. And you're supposed to be testing 3 times a day. And it has a bottle of 30 test strips. And it was, I think, $80. And the registers were down and they read it as $8. I was not even going to correct them. And the needles, the lancets, things are more affordable now. But when I first was a diabetic, the stuff was absolutely ridiculous. So give me a jacket and cap too. Buy someone's ticket for them to go for you. That's what I'm thinking. Like, if someone is going to go, like, I'll get the ticket, but it has to be someone that isn't going to be, oh yeah, I'll get it for you, like pay for it. And then they don't want to give you the hat or the jacket. So you got to worry about that. anything else before I wrap up? Like I said, I could do this like all night, but it just continues to keep harping on, and then it'll just be more stuff talking about needing your positive energy for the next few times. Yeah, you need to get the testing monitor and other stuff for sure on that. But yeah, and I appreciate people understanding that I didn't want to do a GoFundMe just because. Ooh, ooh, I need a photo of that. It's don't think it's anything dirty just because we're talking about Batgirl stuff. So yeah. Yeah. Appreciate you guys. Oh, let me put the donation links. Someone's like reminding me of that. Sorry. Appreciate you guys on this stuff. But you know, it's unfortunate that you can't pay Kaiser directly for stuff. Then maybe we would get things done. So last but not least, and I always appreciate you guys. John Blackwell's wife, I say life, donated last Friday. I haven't hit her up, but I appreciate that. Same with PRN alumni. They were trying to help me out with stuff, and just I can't, because what the future has in place, it's just a bad look, and I have to bank on that. So we're going to do all these things. But yeah, and I'm sure that we'll have more to talk about. Here's hoping, like I said, stuff will get taken care of maybe in the next 24 hours so I can do shows on Wednesday and Thursday, because I plan on doing it, but I have to put my energy towards that and my time towards that, because who knows, maybe I'll be like walking down the street and I'll see 10K there and then we're good. So yeah, but I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the love. There's other people that I set shirts aside for that didn't have the money at that time. I still have them. We'll probably have to do another thing eventually, but that's not going to raise 10K. I appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, that's it. I love you guys. Sorry for looking at your screen, your comments more so than looking at you. Batgirl love is all I can say. And much love to you guys. Much love to Prince. Much love to Welcome to America. And of course, the shots that Randy did in the house. Yeah. So I hope to see you sooner than I think. And thank you guys for being my escape during this time, to where it seems that all I do is just whine and all you're hearing is the Charlie Brown voice. But you guys have been my escape lately. And thanks to Morris, thanks to Tall, thanks to all of you, as I say, because without you guys, there would be no me on it, and me being able to do this, and my love of music and comic books and Taylor Swift. No, I'm just playing. All right, guys. Love you so much. Be kind to one another. Practice love for another. Even if you made mistakes in the past, let that be a better future self. Okay? Till next time, keep it funky. Thank you, guys.